The Gnostics were ancient religious mystics who proclaimed gnosis, the Greek word for knowledge, as the way to salvation. To truly realize one's own spiritual essence allowed Gnostic men and women to know the divine directly, without any need for gurus, priests, or other religious figureheads. Gnosticism started around the same time as Christianity, but by the 4th century, the Gnostics were considered heretics, and they became actively suppressed by the Church. Gnostics extracted wisdom from many different sources, texts, and modes of consciousness, accepting insight wherever it could be found. Much of what they did was to get to the truth of this existence and to piece together what exactly happened to form this world we live in. The Gnostic view of the world is unlike any other mythology, and in my opinion, is the most accurate perception of the universe and its story. Yaldabaoth is the first ruler who took great power from his mother. Then he left her and moved away from the realms where he was born. He mated with the mindlessness that is in him and produced his own authorities. These authorities are the archons. They are the servants of the demiurge. The archons are like the eons, the emanations coming from the One, but instead of being divine, they are lower astral beings, emanations coming from the demiurge. They are not directly from the One, and therefore are a sort of inorganic, artificial intelligence. Our contest is not against flesh and blood, rather the authorities of the demiurge and the spirits of wickedness. Their chief is blind. Because of his power and his ignorance and his arrogance, he said with his power, "It is I who am God, there is none apart from me." His thoughts became blind, and having expelled his power, that is, the blasphemy he had spoken, he pursued it down to chaos and the abyss, his mother, at the instigation of Pistis Sophia, and she established each of his offspring in conformity with its power after the pattern of the realms that are above. This text shows that Sophia wanted to replicate the upper eons, just like wanting to replicate the One with the demiurge, but ended up with the archons. Archon in Greek means ruler, and this is because these entities aim to rule over the thought forms and thus the actions of humanity. They manipulate us in the form of negative thoughts and motivations.